Chapter 226. Emma sighed heavily and said, "It's hard to get a job now. I can only keep looking and see where my luck brings me." "How about Diamond?" Emma shook her head. "Are you kidding? Diamond is not a supermarket. I can't come and go as I please. Besides, they have a very strict employee evaluation and grading system. It would be awkward and embarrassing for me to start from the bottom." Alex heaved a sigh and said in a suggestive tone, "Dear, I think that maybe you should start your own business." "Start my own business?" Emma asked in surprise. "But how?" "Well, you've been in this industry for many years. I bet you have your own professional network and connections now. I see that Doris Young of the Diamond Group seems to be very fond of you. Moreover, Hazel White is counting on me to observe and manipulate his luck. I think he will be very supportive." Emma chuckled in a self-mocking way and said, "Dear, we have to have at least $4 to $5 million in capital to start a business. And we need to pump more subsequent funds into the company to keep it up and running. Where and how would we get that much money?" "I'll help you in terms of the funding matter. I know some people that are quite generous." Alex smiled warmly and continued, "If you are serious, money is not a problem." Emma lifted her gaze and said, "Alex, I know you have a lot of friends who venture in the entrepreneurship industry such as Mr. Lane, and you won't have any problem borrowing the money. But honestly speaking, it will be quite stressful if our business capital fund is a loan instead of our own money. I might as well open my own personal studio with less capital funds and get the designing projects from the major construction companies." Alex replied firmly, "No matter what you decide to do, I'll be there for you as always." Emma nodded gratefully and said, "I want to start the studio first and then work my way up. The Richard family members thought that I couldn't do anything without the Richard Group. I want to prove to them that I can." Alex pondered her words before he nodded with a gentle smile. "You have my full support, but you must promise to share all the problems you encounter at work with me. We'll solve them together. In fact, you can hire me as a free-of-charge employee. Your husband is not very skillful, but he can certainly drive and carry your bag." "All right," Emma nodded, slightly touched by his notion. She was actually taking a big risk in making such a decision. If she didn't go to work, her family's biggest source of income would be cut off. Even if she opened a design studio, she needed to rent an office, buy office equipment, and so on. All of it required a certain amount of capital funds. Moreover, the Richard Group had a lot of business projects with major construction companies in Orris Hill. They would probably shun her from potential clients, openly or discreetly. However, as Alex was supporting her solidly without any hesitation, she felt a tinge of warmth and passion floating in her heart. Just when she was still in that complex mood, Alex spoke. "Dear, go ahead and do whatever you want. If things don't work out as you plan, I'll find a job to support you." Hearing his remark, Emma held her breath and felt a soreness rush to her nose, and her eyes were reddened with tears. When she was in such a desperate and depressing situation, her husband, whom she felt was worthless, still firmly believed in her and supported her.